fine.
That's better.
All right.
Perfect.
Sure?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Hi there everybody, welcome to Big OGGIE World, welcome to another recipe. Got your step? All will be explained later, very good.
Hi friends!
So, today is a request day. We've asked various different people, we've asked all you lot if you want to make comments and ask if we would do recipes for you. Simon Thorpe, great, I love Thorpey very much. He's a massive supporter of both channels. Started on the golf one and now here with us at Big OGGIE World. He has asked, can we do a Welsh Rarebit? So there are loads of versions of Welsh Rarebit and I'm not Welsh and nor are you. Well,
I've never even made one.
Well, so this is the thing. So I had this made many years ago. First wife, another life. Okay,
Right.
But we are going to make our kind of version. There's so many different versions. They're all kind of based around the same thing. You make a kind of roux, you make a cheese sauce, you bung it on your bread. Okay.
Right.
So it's like nowadays this would be a posh cheese on toast.
Well, there is that, because there was that discussion that we had on the car about this, about it used to be a cheap meal. And
Yeah,
I don't think it
Welsh
is anymore.
Rarebit it's derived from Welsh Rarebit, Welsh Rabbit, and it's believed to be, I'm English, so sorry about this, all the Welsh people out there, it's believed to be a derogatory term to the Welsh.
Right.
Those kind of historic times when the English didn't get on with the Welsh.
That's not
and
very
stuff.
nice, is it?
No, well, we were in wars with them for a few times.
Oh.
And the whole point was, people were very poor, literally. People are very poor, couldn't afford meat. So, but they could afford cheese, because they used to have it on their own farms, etc.
Yeah.
And beer, because most people would drink beer as opposed
And they
to
were
water.
given beer as part of their payment for their week's
All
work
those
if you
kind of
worked
things.
on a farm,
Yeah,
weren't
yeah.
you?
So,
they had ale.
They had the ingredients, so this is Welsh Rabbit or Welsh Rarebit.
Right.
Okay, so to do this, because you're going to do it, I'm going to show you what to do. I'm going to
Alright,
grab my
tell me.
little camera phone so we can go to the hob, because we're going to need a saucepan for predominantly all of this. We have already cut a couple of slices of kind of a white proper sandwich loaf type bread. We're using white because we like white, but you know, use
Whatever.
sourdough, you go as posh as you like.
Yeah, whatever you like.
Okay, so we're going to toast that in a minute, and then predominantly we're going to make the sauce.
Okay.
So all the ingredients will be listed below, and obviously as usual you'll know all that if you watch any of our videos.
Yeah.
Predominantly it's a heavy amount of cheese, sizable amount of beer, some Worcester sauce, some mustard, some flour, some butter. Pretty much it.
Did you
Seasoning.
say that you can sort of adjust the amount of mustard and stuff you add?
Yeah, we're
according to your
adjusting
taste?
to taste because you don't like things particularly spicy.
Well,
You've
I-
never had this.
No, I haven't. And to be fair, I'll hold my hands up now. I don't think I'm going to like it, but I'm willing to give
But you
it a
do
go.
like, yeah, you like cheese, ham and cheese toasted, etc.
Yeah.
You've got a fantastic ham and cheese toasted. We do, but Welsh Rarebit is just different.
Yeah.
There is a product placement slightly. We popped a Costa today, didn't we?
I do. I'm a Costa coffee.
And you were discussing about the fact you like certain ones that they do because they're ham and cheese, but there's one with a kind of a
It
salty thing in the
says
middle
ham and
which you don't
cheese
get.
toasty, but it's actually not cheesy. It's got a cheesy
Kind of bechamel type
sauce
thing going
in
on.
it. So
Yeah.
I don't like that one.
So
So it might be a
it's
texture
kind of half
thing
and
for
half.
me
It
as
might be a
well.
texture thing. So let's crack on anyway.
Right.
This is kind of derived from a HUGH FEARNLEY River Cottage, one of my heroes versions.
Okay.
But you make your own, you change things to taste.
Right.
So
what
we
do I
start
need
off
to
with,
do?
we make a roux.
So melt butter.
Yep, so you need 2 ounces or 50 grams of butter, 50 grams of flour, and we're going to just film that a second. So, just going to melt butter. It's actually a really quick recipe once you know what you're doing.
Right, and in with the flour.
Yep, in with the flour. So you're making a basic roux, you're making a cheese sauce. So keep stirring this because you don't want to burn the flour.
Oops.
Obviously we put extra flour because we knew Kelly would be spilling it all over the side. So this is a traditional style roux, which you use for a lot of sauces actually. It's the basis for most sauces
It was
nowadays.
one of the very first recipes that I learned in cookery class at school.
How to make a roux.
Yeah,
So you work that for a couple of minutes,
just to cook out the taste of the
cook
flour.
out the taste of the flour and stop it from burning, and then we'll start adding the other ingredients.
What's next then, John?
Right, what's next is you get the beer. Now, basically use any kind of decent, strong brown or stouty type beer. We're going back to my first marriage. We're going to Newcastle Brown, okay?
Okay.
In my day, there wasn't a lot of different variations. We're going for proper traditional Newcastle Brown. So many additives, it'll blow your head off.
I'm going to swap to a whisk,
Okay.
just to make sure we don't get, well, I don't suppose lumps would matter, but just to be...
So as I said, the details and ingredients are listed below, but it's about half a large bottle. Do it bit by bit. Don't put it all in one go. So, you quite fancy an Arga, don't you?
Oh, I'd love an Arga.
That'll be your thing. One day we'll get one.
I'd sell my soul to the devil for an Arga.
Unfortunately, we live in a converted house which has specially adapted things like sinks and units, so wouldn't fit an Arga. One day when we win the lottery, that'll become famous. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you remember, John, but when we moved in, there wasn't even a space for an oven in here.
Wasn't a space for an oven, didn't have one. No.
That was the weirdest experience, coming into a kitchen with no space for a cooker.
Interesting house. One day we'll maybe explain what goes on in this house. So just going to work this through until all the beer is in and you've got a nice smooth sauce. Okay. Right then, Johnny, got that bit done?
Yeah, lovely and smooth, as you
Lovely
can see.
smooth sauce. So now you've got to add the cheese.
Okay, all at once or a bit at a time?
Up to you, but basically it's all got to melt at some point. So it's got to go in. 9 ounces of cheese.
A lot of cheese.
Yeah, pretty much the same amount as beer, to be honest.
But didn't you say that you can actually keep some of this? So although it's a large amount, you don't have to use it all at once.
No, the whole sauce itself will last a few days if you keep it in the fridge, keep it covered, so you don't have to use it all in one go and spread it on lots and lots of pieces of bread. Just keep working this until you get a smooth paste now, so that all melts and you get a smooth paste. And then we're nearly there. All we've got to do then is add the Worcestershire sauce and the seasoning, etc. So we're using quite a strong cheddar from the West Country. Would love to have found Caerphilly, but in supermarkets nowadays they don't really do many regional
I think if we'd gone somewhere
varieties.
like Waitrose, we probably would have got it. But
Yeah, but we had Sainsbury's
definitely
nearby,
didn't
so we
have
tried there. Remember the old days, you used to be able to go to the co-op when I was a kid and there was lots of like little regional cheeses in blocks, all different ones. So again, just use a decent strength cheddar, a decent strength melting type cheese. Caerphilly is good, red Leicester will probably work.
Right.
Okay, so that's the thick paste done and it looks lovely, smells good. Let's add the things that kind of spice it up.
Okay.
So now you're just adding the extras, which is the Worcestershire sauce. I say Worcestershire sauce, not Worcester sauce, everyone gets it wrong.
I just pour it
Ready
straight
for
in.
that? Yep, take it off the heat a second. Just pour that in and also put your mustard powder. We're using English mustard powder, typical Coleman's English mustard powder. We're using one teaspoon.
A teaspoon, yeah.
Because it's powder and powder is stronger than normal. And also, this is the kind of thing you now start doing to taste. Because I'm not sure if Kelly will like this, I think it'd be too pungent for her anyway. We're just going to put some in. If you're using normal English or whole grain, etc., from a jar, it'll be double. It'll be 2 teaspoons. Now it's starting to look like a Welsh Rarebit.
Brown.
Yeah, the Worcester sauce does do that. I nearly called it Worcester sauce then. Worcestershire sauce does do that.
Something I've seen a lot of people using instead of Worcestershire sauce recently is Henderson's relish.
Yeah, another kind of thing, I guess.
I believe Henderson's relish is more suitable if you're vegetarian or vegan.
Possibly, yeah.
But I'm not 100%, so
No.
don't like crucify me if I got that wrong. Okay.
Again, it's just one of those piquant things, really. We must try and do a detailed video about Worcestershire sauce, etc. There's been a couple of versions over the years. And that's pretty much it. You add a bit of black pepper to taste.
Now or on the on the
well,
top?
you need to taste, but are you ready to taste that? It's probably too much and too hot. Let's just add a couple of twists of black pepper. I think it'll be fine. Now, some people will add cayenne onto this. Some people add various different things. This is the basic recipe. You add a few other things to your taste. Now, that can sit now for a little while. We'll go and toast some bread and we'll show you what you do next. You never thought you'd ever be on YouTube buttering bread, did you? The things people watch. Lovely. And then you get our delicious I'm going to laugh because you've already tasted it and you're not finding it delicious at all. Get some of the rather piquant, shall we say that?
Yes.
Sauce. Lovely, so perfect. Dollop of load on there. See how it's going thicker now? As it's just been off the heat for a little while. Perfect.
I think you say got to spread it to the edges.
Yeah, because you're going to put under grill, so obviously the edges are going to go dark if you don't. They probably will anyway. The same as you normally do with a proper old-fashioned toasted thing. There we go. Thank you very much.
Okay.
That's one. Lovely. Put that in there. Perfect. Oh, can I do one for you, love? Not by the look of that face.
Taste, so I'm going to do it.
I've always said it's an acquired taste. It is a strong tasting thing. The things you do for Thorpe, eh? He's a lovely man. Got a cocktail he wanted us to do as well, so we'll do that soon as well.
Right, I don't know, I might have put a bit much on that one.
Okay, well I'm going to swap this camera over a minute. I'm going to go on this side, mainly so I can show Kelly putting this in the grill, or under the grill. Oh look, you've got a little step, love.
Yes, I know I've got a step.
That gives you little. Let's just change this camera angle. There we go. Up you go. There we go. Kelly on a step. So, that now needs to go under there until it's a little bit golden and bubbling. Right then, darling. We've got this out. We've done a slight variation as well. There are a couple of variations we can do for Welsh Rarebit. If you get some streaky bacon and just fry it off fairly crisp and put that on top, that's quite nice if you want to go a bit of a meaty version. The original's really good too. We've also done, or I've got Kelly to do one with a fried egg on it. That's called a butt rarebit with a fried egg.
Okay.
Sometimes when you make the recipe, it has egg in it. So
Okay.
again, it's that kind of work. Gonna give it a try, yeah?
Okay.
Look at your face. Love it. Right. So it's getting thicker now. Shall I try it first? I'd like the one you probably like
that big lump.
Quite the top of these. That's very good. Saucy, tangy, a bit of sharpness to it. It's got the strength of the cheese. Worcestershire sauce comes through. Not too much warmth in ours because we don't love the face. Sorry, Thorpe. Don't insult the Welsh. Not too much heat in ours because we don't have turmeric. A massive amount of mustard in it. I really like it. It's a real grown up. It's kind of a man's dish, isn't it? The beer and the mustard and no, you're never growing up. Let's try this with the egg. I've never tried it with an egg, but I just found out about this. So I reckon cut the egg. Add a bit of egg to it. Now we can have a whole video about egg, fried eggs and things, can't we?
We're very specific about our eggs, aren't we,
I am, yeah. So again, so is Hugh FEARNLEY, actually same thing.
Can't stand a snotty egg.
No, he's got to have a bit of white put over the top.
Yeah.
And so do I, really. Bear with, because this is going to be a mouthful. You talk if you wish. Hold you.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I know how to make it.
That really works with the egg.
Sorry.
Oh, you carry on. I know, I'm such a mess. I know.
Would I make it again? Not for myself now.
Look, no one always sitting down eating. Come on.
Yeah.
It really works. The egg is kind of creamy.
Well, that's what I thought. It might add a sort of a
takes a little bit of edge off it. Really nice. In the same way that I really like eggs on Bub and Squeak as well, that kind of thing. Give this a try. Very tasty. As we've shown, it's very easy to make. Literally a few minutes. Yeah, we didn't really edit anything.
No. And apparently it'll be okay in the fridge for a couple of days.
Yeah, the sauce will last a few days.
I mean, obviously,
it's going to get Tupperware.
Yeah, it's going to get really thick when you put it in the fridge
when you warm it through again.
Yeah, so you need to warm it before you could probably spread it on your bread.
Yeah.
And the other thing I'm not sure if we did mention, John, was that before we added the beer,
Oh, we warmed the
we
beer.
need to warm it before we added it.
That's just a sauce thing. Obviously, you can put coal straight into something, it goes a bit gloopy.
And the other thing was that our beer wasn't in the fridge anyway, so it's sort of tepid anyway. So
well, we stuck it in the microwave for 30 seconds and just warmed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Just one of those things. But definitely give it a try. Well worth it. Thanks very much, Sorpy, for requesting. That's the word. So, please subscribe. Please hit the notification bell. Do all those things. Come and join Big OGGIE World with Kelly and I, and Big OGGIE Golf if you're not on there as well. And if you've got any things you'd like us to make recipes of or test out, again, let us know in the comments below.
Always happy to help.
Bye, everybody.
See you later. Bye.